Hello and welcome to Farkham. In episode 2 I'll be building a Tullis Russell Hopper and I've got some new locos. The Cavalex Class 60 and 2 Accurascale 31s have arrived. Only 9 Tullis Russell PAA Hoppers were built in the 80s. They were used to transport China clay between Goom Barrow and McInch and were predominantly seen in Speedlink trains on the West Coast Main Line. They also featured in other Speedlink services. Here's the kit that I'm going to build. Later on in this video I'll tell you where you can get all the parts you need to build this kit, but first let's have a look on the workbench. We have the 3D printed body and bag of detail parts, the Tullis Russell transfers, wasted bearings and some thick superglue. Let's get started. The first job is quite time consuming, but it pays to be careful and not to break the main part of the kit. I'm just using tweezers to separate the body from the print supports. I'm happy with that, so I'll do the same for the pedestal suspension. I'm going to use a 2.6mm drill bit to make sure the bearings can sit square, and before installing the bearings I'll just file them down to allow for a better fitment. They can now be superglued in place using a flat file to locate them and ensure that they're square. Now the suspension can be glued in while using the wheels to get the distances between the bearings right, making sure the wheels run freely when rotated. With the wheels removed, I covered the hopper with grey primer, and once dry I mixed a suitable blue for the body. A coat of gloss varnish was then added and the kit was left overnight to dry. I'd like to thank this week's supporter, Martin Coulson, for buying me a brew. Thank you, Martin, I really appreciate your support. If you'd like to get a mention next time, follow the link in the description. It's starting to take shape now, and transfers can be added before a second coat of gloss varnish to seal the transfers. After leaving it to dry overnight again, a coat of matte varnish finishes the painting stage. I've started with some Army Painter Leather Brown for the lower body side and chassis. This is followed by some Ash Grey. There is more to do with the weathering and I need to add some hand wheels and some small chain to the ends. More on that next time. I would just like to say I was absolutely blown away by the support from my first video. I went from 0 to 800 subscribers in 48 hours and that continued to grow to over 1200 now. Not only that, I also received over 200 comments on that video. So thank you if you watched, liked, commented or subscribed. Your support makes all the difference to a small channel like mine. So if you haven't already, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I'd like to give a special thank you to Tom Smith and Paul Bartlett for providing the prototype photographs for this project. Thanks for watching and see you next time. I don't even like coffee. Reminds me of drama teacher's bad breath. And as you can tell, I didn't study drama.